Hi, it's Mario Toneguzzi and welcome to Business Insider. Click on the subscribe button so you'll never miss an episode. Also, you can follow us on LinkedIn and Facebook. Hello and welcome to Business Insider with Mario Toneguzzi. Joining me today is Marcela Mandeville, who is CEO of Alberta Women Entrepreneurs. Thanks for joining us today, Marcela.
Thanks for having me.
Let's start with just a basic question about AWE. Do you guys go by AWE, by the way?
Some folks call us AWE, and we also go by AWE.
Okay, then. So tell me what AWE is and what you guys do.
Absolutely. So AWE is a not-for-profit association. We just are celebrating our 25th anniversary this year. So we were formed in 1995, and we have been working since 1995 to support women entrepreneurs at all stages of business. We do this through financing up to $150,000. We have free advising. We have mentorship programs, we have conferences, awards celebrations. So over the years, we've evolved with the needs of women entrepreneurs that we serve.
So what are the basic benefits for being a member of AWE?
We're actually not membership based in that way. So we are accessible to any aspiring or current women entrepreneur. So there is a fee for some of our programs and services. Like I mentioned, our advising is free. However, we do have some fee for service programs as well. So really, we work with the whole community, and there's no separation from membership and the rest of the community to access our services.
Okay. How has the pandemic impacted businesses and female entrepreneurs that you folks deal with on a regular basis?
Yeah, well, the pandemic has affected everyone, and particularly hit hard has been small business. And the small to medium-sized businesses are a very large percentage of the women entrepreneurs that we serve. And so we've seen this across all sectors, across all industries. I don't think there's a person that hasn't been impacted. But in particular, and there's quite a few interesting studies that are now emerging, women were particularly hit hard by the pandemic, both from an employment standpoint. Often, women are more heavily employed in the service sectors. And of course, the service sectors are the ones that have been amongst the hardest hit by the pandemic. And also in entrepreneurship, we have a lot of service-based businesses on the smaller side that have really been feeling the effects of the closures and all of the changes in our behaviors as consumers through the pandemic.
Hey, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to be able to receive our newest updates. Hope you enjoy the rest of the episode. What have you been doing as a group, an organization, to help female entrepreneurs through this time in particular?
Yes. So we have been really focused on listening to the community and really engaging in those relationships that we have. So that advising piece has become exceptionally important. And we moved almost immediately to virtual advising and made it, it is available to any woman in the entire province, regardless of location. And we have found that advising piece to talk through the challenges, to talk through the opportunities has been a really important way to support the community. Also, sharing the success stories, sharing how people are leading their businesses through the change to create opportunities and how they're responding to the challenges. So entrepreneur to entrepreneur, a big part of our job is to connect the entrepreneurs to each other, so they can share that information and those stories with each other. So, a big part is our communications between entrepreneurs and also our advising and sharing of our knowledge and keeping up to speed as quickly as we could with all of the changing landscape that we've all been dealing with in terms of business during the pandemic.
So obviously we hear almost every day the horror stories about the pandemic and the impact on businesses, especially small businesses here in Alberta. Can you share any success stories, the companies and businesses that are thriving during this time?
Yeah, there's definitely been some very interesting pivots. That word has come up frequently over the past 4 months. And those businesses who have, perhaps there was an idea that was on the back burner and there never was really time to pursue it, or, being able to connect with clients in a different way. And a lot of the entrepreneurs that had embraced technology and engaging their community through their online presence were better positioned to be able to deal with the changes in the fact that there's not the same kind of foot traffic and movement of people for several months at a time. So, that embracing of technology and also just pursuing different partnerships, relationships, looking out into the local community for strategic alliances. So a lot of entrepreneurs, their supply chains were interrupted because of the change in the way goods were moving across borders over the last few months. And so there was an opportunity there to start different conversations for collaboration. And so that's where we've seen the best success stories coming out, is through the innovation, the use of technology, and also that collaboration between local businesses and even global businesses. We're so connected now through Zoom and Teams and all of these virtual environments that we don't have those same physical barriers to connecting with each other. And everyone really had to embrace this technology at the same time. So that relationship building across borders is easier through the virtual tools that we have more readily available now.
So what piece of advice would you give female entrepreneurs at this time that may be struggling quite a lot, maybe on the brink of not surviving? What's your best piece of advice for them?
Please reach out for support. And oftentimes entrepreneurship feels like the loneliest journey, and a lot of responsibility and weight sits on the shoulders of the entrepreneurs. And right now, there's the added weight of family responsibilities and all of these systems and services in the community that we have often not thought that they would not be there. So now those, daycare, schools, all of those kinds of supports have now changed dramatically. So my biggest piece of advice is please reach out for support, whether it's Alberta Women Entrepreneurs or other people in your community. But certainly it's really valuable to talk through the challenges, the opportunities, the successes. And that's really what AWE is here for, is to provide that support and to help make those connections to other supports as well.
Okay, thanks for joining us today, Marcela.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, that was Marcela Mandeville, who is CEO of Alberta Women Entrepreneurs. This has been Mario Toneguzzi on Business Insider. Thanks for joining us today. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Remember, if you want someone you know to be our next guest, click below in our description. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe so you'll never miss an episode.